July 20th, 2017. I'm up here with my 4K gear. Give it a good test tonight. Okay, here's a knot. This is a batch of suspended trees being held up in the air because they're wedged between other trees. That's what I call a knot. I think these are more territorial structures that you find in areas with a lot of tree lanes. But I don't think I found them in areas where I find shelters. And so I'm thinking that males must do this as a territory boundary. That sound in the back is a car on the road down below. Here is a big aspen that is suspended because it's between the other two aspens and hanging up in the air here. And as you can see, there's assorted tree lanes about the area. This area, there was a little campground right here in this spot last year. It was a ring made out of logs on the ground, and there was a fire ring dug down and a place where boughs have been laid for a bed. There was a deer skull and carcass off to the side. It's actually before this time of year, but the vegetation wasn't near this high because the cattle had been in here. I just saw some cattle down below and I saw a salt lick, so cattle are in here and it looks like they've got ample feed this year. There's some cut logs over to my left here. Someone sawed, laying in the ground. Potentially for firewood or I don't know what else. Pretty spot, but the mosquitoes are eating me alive. Even though I'm using bug dope. So, let's see what we see. Anyway, there's about 10, 12 tree lanes that I can see from this spot. Here's an A structure, big one, right next to me. More than an A because you got that one broken off tree up in the air. No sounds here in the forest. No birds, no squirrels. I've seen a squirrel, but it's down on the ground. Squirrels chatter at you from the trees. They can be fearless up there when they're on the ground. They not so brave. Here is a wallow within this huge wallow. Look at all these enormous lanes here in front of me. They all go up 40 to 60 feet. Only about 6 inches in diameter trees. But there's a whole bunch of them here. Look at that. I'm pretty sure I haven't seen this before. That looks like the beginnings of a structure that either never got completed or was completed when the covering branch is taken down. Here's some more lanes off this way. Here's some in here. Several things were laying right here because there's more spots than this. There's another one right here. Big, so these were Probably elk. Because these are big, not too big for a deer. Possibly moose. I don't know if moose lay down like this, and also a group of them, but you always find the elk in a batch. Look at the swallow. All this stuff. Huge amount of stuff in here. All these lanes I'm right underneath. There's more lay places, so I think it was probably an elk herd. Yeah, they're all over in here. This one is huge. Much too big for an elk. For one elk. This is really big. Flattened out area, but I see no tracks. I mean, nothing I can definitely say are tracks. There looks like a possible small track right there, but the dust is so put together. And this is pretty fresh here. This is probably where something laid last night. And here's the biggest, deepest one yet. Here's the opposite view of the swallow. Show you all these trees. Wind like crazy in here. Really neat spot. This is right near where I've been many times, but I don't think I've seen this before. And that tree that's over another tree and nowhere near where it came out of the ground. I saw a lot of things. But boy, I was close to thinking were Sasquatch tracks in there, but I could kind of explain them away because no clear-cut total footprint like I've seen many other times. But also, as I'm thinking about it, I didn't see any elk scat in there. And, that area should be just inundated with it if elk were in there last night. Here's one great big deep track. Way too big to be anything else. And it's old, it's been there a little while. I'll put my foot by it. My foot is about 14 to 15 inches, a size 14 boot. And there's a couple of knots right up here in front of me. Again, on a little bit of a peak within this forest. So the image kind of looks like a stop action. So I gotta be very careful how I move it. I don't remember being this many knots and leans up here. I mean, there were a whole bunch last year, but I don't remember this incredible amount of them. Scan through here. Look up over here. Here's this green tree over kind of an X tripod sort of structure. A whole bunch this way. downed trees everywhere, making, I guess, some sort of ground fences. And I mean, there's so much to run off and look at, but I gotta get out of here. It's getting dark. I'm gonna try to cross all this stuff in the dark. When I was here, that kind of alarm is what they sound when there's something down below them they don't like. They don't just do that to do that. Now, they might have seen me, but I've been right underneath them. Ice was getting up where it's grainy. So, whatever it is, we let it go. Still going nuts off this way. Been here before. Not the same position. Now, I wonder if there could be a place where there's a bear hangs out down there. They kind of move quite a bit though. You know, something's up there. Boy, it almost sounds like something's been tracking me as I move out. Because the birds in that are falling behind me, but they've been chattering with me 50 yards or so off the trail. And when I move, I keep thinking, but you know, it could be my imagination. It sounds like a rifle shot off in the distance. And look at that knot. Yeah, definite rifle shot.